Okay, 9 people are there in the class. So let's continue with what we stopped in the morning. See, Kaggle provides you only 30 hours of GPU, so use it wisely. Okay, per week it's only 30 hours. After this, I'm going to give you one data set for tractors. Let me choose some easier data sets. Okay, I'll choose this data set. This is a data set. Can you do EDA on this after we complete it? The pre-processing part, you will take the data set and do EDA. Don't copy from anything. You do on your own. Only then you will understand where you're going wrong. You can use Google for copying, but within the computation, don't copy from the other notebooks. So let's complete the pre-processing. Then I'll give you 40 minutes time to go through the do that pre-processing on the new data set. After 40 minutes, two of you will randomly call two of you to explain your notebook. And then we will move to the feature engineering. Then again, I'll give you the same data set. You will do feature engineering also. So data loading, this is the data we are loading. We are taking the CSV file and we are seeing the columns. We saw ID, keyword, location, text and target. We saw keyword and location as lot of null values. We saw the shape of the data, 7,613 thing is there. Info, this is the info, the data type. We have the null value count is also there. We're extracting the ID and the text. And then we are taking the text alone. And then we are doing a sentence tokenization. We're taking this 1,000th sentence. There are two sentences. We are breaking down into individual sentence. The first sentence or the second sentence you can take, and taking the first sentence and then breaking down into words. You can do this in NLTK by calling word underscore tokenize. You can also use spacey and you can, break it into words. You can either use NLTK or spacey. You can remove the stop words using NLTK like this, NLTK.download stop words. Then for every word in the word one, you see if it is in the stop words. If it is not in the stop words, only then you will store it in the tokens. And then for every word in that words one, you will check if it is in the stop words or not. If it is not there in the stop words only, you will store it in token one and then you're printing it out. You can do the same thing using Spacey. Here, NLTK has got, you can download the stop words like this. In Spacey, you can download it like this. Again, for every word in the words two, only if it is not there in these stop words, spacey stop words, you will store it in token two. The delimiters is this punctuation and all that you want to remove. You can do it using, you can just import the string function punctuation. And then for every word, you see if it is in the punctuation or not. If it is only if it is not in the punctuation, then you print out the remaining words. So here comma null is coming. The next thing after removal of punctuation, the comma null is gone. Same way you can remove the tags using regular expression. You can remove the tags. Spell check also, we have something called speller where we can use the check for spelling mistakes and we can correct it. You can do it both in Spacey and NLTK. Finally, stemming, we also saw, see Porter stemmer we have, and there are different types of stemmers, so we can test out using Porter stemmer. We have broken down, we have found the stems for each of the words, we have found their corresponding stems. We can try a different stemmer, snowball stemmer, you can try. So difference between Porter and snowball stemmer is not much. It's giving the same thing. It'll be like minor differences or something. You can use any of the above. Here in snowball stemmer, you can specifically give which language and all. You can try the same thing for lemmatization. You have wordnet lemmatization. You're calling and creating the constructor, creating an object. And then using this object, you're lemmatizing the words. For every word in the tokens, you're lemmatizing it, finding the lemma of the word and then storing it in the lemma words and then printing it out. So lemmatization you can do both in Spacey and in NLTK like this. That's all. This is the pre-processing. Anybody has doubts in pre-processing? Now you are going to do assignment on your own. If you have doubts, you can't do that. During assignment, I will not help. Now, your 40 minutes time will be given. At the end of the 40 minutes, two people I will call out randomly and you have to explain it. You can use Google for finding out you can just Google about anything. It's an open book exam. You have to take the data set given to you end to end. You have to complete the pre-processing. You can browse Google, watch YouTube videos, whatever you can do. 40 minutes time will be given. Now the time is 2:23. We'll catch up at 3:10. Then 3:10 to 3:20, you will have two people will be explaining their code. 3:30 we have a break till 3:45. Then 3:45 we will come back and we will do the feature engineering.
Ma'am,
so
what do you...
given to you, right? Start the assignment.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of stemming?
What is the meaning of what?
Stemming.
Stemming is you are finding the stem word, the root word.
Can
So
you...
It is, if it is affection, affected, affecting, affectation, affects, all of it means the affect is the root word from which all of these words have been created, right? So that root word is what you're finding it out. You're not going to write your own logic to do this. You're just going to use the pre-package which is already there in NLTK and Spacey that will do the job for you. For syntax and all, you can refer the Google, and then Google will give you syntax which you can cut, copy, paste and do it. You can either use Spacey or NLTK. You don't have to use both. Just do the pre-processing. The data set is given to you in the WhatsApp.
But
I'm not able to hear somebody starting to speak and then the voice is going down.
ma'am, the meaning of affection and affected is different, right? So how can affect be the root word for affection or affected?
No, it see, this is different. It is like different adjective or verb or noun or different grammatical words of speech, but it has been originated from the word affect only. It is not affected. All of these words has been originated from these affect, this root word only. This is called the stem word from which all of these words have been originated. See, you don't worry about the meaning of it. For now, your assignment, it is only you're going to use a package and you're going to do the assignment. Get started with the assignment now. You have any problem in getting started with the assignment? We have seen one notebook end to end, then one data set is there. In that itself, some EDA is already there. Somebody has done the EDA, but don't copy. You just do it on your own. The data set is given to you. Get started now. It is 2:26. By 3:10, all of you should complete the assignment. Only if you get started and doing it, that time you will face a lot of issues. You can use Google, watch YouTube videos, you can browse Medium articles. In Kaggle and stuff, you'll find a lot of samples. Whatever it is, you get started by 3:10. I'll be joining the call. All of you should have completed the pre-processing assignment. After that, we have two people I'll call out randomly who should explain their code. Then after that, we'll go to the feature engineering. That also I'll walk you through the notebook. Then I'll give you 40 minutes time to complete the feature engineering. And then I'll call out two people to explain the code. And then finally, I'll show you one end-to-end example sentiment analysis. With that, today's class will wrap. So we are going to break for the small test. We'll catch up at 3:10 once all of you have completed your assignment. You can discuss amongst yourself also. If you already know your teammates and the friends, you can call them and ask for doubts. You can use Google. This is an open book test. You can use Google, you can use Medium articles, you can use YouTube video, all of it you can browse and you can complete your assignment by 3:10.
Okay. What needs to be done in this, ma'am? We just need to do
The data set. This is the data set which is given to you. You should take the training data set, which is train.csv file, complete the pre-processing, which means you should do the you should do the word tokenization, sentence tokenization, word tokenization, stop word removal, delimiter removal, remove the tags if they are there, do spelling check, do template, do lemmatization. Same thing you're doing for a different data set. Take the train CSV file and do it. Can you all get started now? Already we saw one end-to-end example. Inside that data set itself, somebody has put some example also. In addition to it, you have Google. In addition to it, you have documentation for Spacey, documentation for NLP, which I'll share at NLTK documentation. If you want to understand any, this is the NLTK documentation, official documentation, which I shared in WhatsApp. Then you also have Spacey official documentation. If you have any doubts, you can refer to the documentation. Also have YouTube, Medium articles, so anything you don't know, you can browse, and it's an open book test. Catch you at 3:10, time is up. Get started with your test. Catch it, test will get over at 3:10. Two people will be randomly called to explain your end-to-end notebooks. You should take the good books, read CSV. There is a data, the good trained on CSV file. Do only the pre-processing, which we discussed from morning. You can either use NLTK or Spacey, anything you can use, any library you can use. I'm going out of the call, I'll join by 3:10. By that time, all of you should have completed.